Hey guys, what's up? What is happening? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today, we are going to be making another video in the Breaking It Down series, which is a new series I'm doing on my channel where I take Nerf blasters apart and try to put them back together and see if I can't figure out how it works and if there's any possible mods I can do to it. But yeah, so today's gun I'm going to be breaking down is the Nerf the Nerf AccuStrike Quadrant. Personally, I do not think this blaster belongs in the AccuStrike series. I think the only thing that this actually goes with in the AccuStrike series is the orange. Like, everything else about this gun goes against it, which is really annoying. Like, there's no extra long barrel thing right here like most of the other guns in the series. The name's not based off of a bird species. There's also multiple things I don't like about the gun other than just it and its relations to the series it's from. Another thing I dislike about it is how this is up and down. It would have been a lot better if they put it in horizontal instead of vertical. I'm going to see if I can't put it in horizontal in this video. Hopefully I can, because it's a bit of a pain to get your fingers in there if you're trying to shoot it fast. But yeah, so with all that being said, let's get into taking the screws out. I'm not going to make you guys sit through that, so I will be back with you in a second. Okay, so we now have the top part out of the blaster. And that's really weird too. Nerf went with a very strange design for this handle. I don't have this screw all the way out. Actually, it is all, like, no it's not. I don't have that screw all the way out, but that's not the reason this is still on there. You could take this piece off simply by pushing down those clamps and everything. Oh wow. You can take this entire handle off if you really wanted to. Wow, it's almost as though like Nerf designed this for modders. Or not modders, but people that like to do paint jobs, because this entire like handle can come off of this with pretty easy. All you have to do is push these up and pull it out. Huh, that's interesting. It's got a pretty cool look. Like, the shell has a pretty cool look without the cylinder right there. But yeah, so this can come off of the black part of the handle, and the black part can come off of the orange part, which is quite interesting that Nerf did that. Okay. But yeah, so that's the top part of the shell. Here we have the internals, which is always the scariest part. That's right, I was going to count up how many screws there were for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws in total. And these screws are like really long too. These are not your typical Nerf screws. This trigger is really simple. Wow. That's all the trigger is. That's really weird. I've not seen a Nerf trigger like this. Has Nerf put out a new generation of triggers? Or something that, like, wow. I just messed something up too. Which is no bueno. If you don't know what no bueno means, it means no good in Spanish. Okay, so that piece goes in there like that. Okay, and from the looks of it, that's what catches the spring, possibly. Okay, so trigger's out. We'll uninstall this piece. Okay, so that goes there like that with the trigger. Okay. Here's this part of it, which is the actual plunger itself. That seems to not really have a function. Well, I mean, I'm sure it has a function, I just don't know it yet. There's a spring on that. Let's go ahead and see if we can't. There we go, get that out of there. Okay. Ooh. That looks like, okay. I'm liking this. You see how that's turning? That means we might be able to make this vertical, like I was hoping. That's quite promising. Yeah, look at that. Because it was like this, and now it's like this. That might work. That's quite promising, guys. I like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. The spring is pretty like short, which is interesting. Okay, so there's the plunger and everything's in there. Air restrictors and everything, which I would love to take out, but I'm not going to because I don't want to accidentally mess anything up. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in there. Oh, did that go in there like that? Oh, we knocked the spring out of place. Okay, so that spring has to be under that piece, which might be a bit tricky. Ooh. Okay, before we do that, let's take this piece out. Or at least try to. Okay, so I don't want to mess anything up. So that seems like it has a pretty solid bond in there. I'm sure if I tried hard enough I could get that out, but we're not going to try too hard. Oh, something came out. Okay, it's just that attachment rail, which they've also changed. Quite curious about this. They have a new trigger in there. Different trigger than any trigger I've seen. So, is Nerf coming out with new triggers? We'll see. Because this trigger is definitely not like triggers I've seen in the past. Now, another thing that's quite new that I haven't seen out of any other guns that I've have is, first of all, this handle is completely you can take that handle completely off, which is interesting. And another thing is their attachment lock. It doesn't require to be on a spring. It's just a simple, just this, which I'm not sure if that's better or worse, but it means that it's a lot easier to put this back in after taking it apart. Also, this gun, like I said, is better for paint jobs because you can take the pieces apart if you want them to be different colors. So, is Nerf starting to make blasters that are more modder friendly, or like paint job friendly? Who knows? That's definitely is, because you don't have to worry about that spring, which can sometimes be a pain to get back in. You can paint it easier, and with different colors, easier. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Now we got all of that off. So once again, there's the shell without its stuff, and that piece keeps coming out. Here's this piece. Like, I actually think it's kind of cool how many pieces this thing comes out of. How many pieces this thing can get put in. So, you know, if you're going somewhere where, like, if you're going on a flight or something, I don't know if they do that on a flight. I wonder what would happen if you took a Nerf gun, like, in a suitcase to the airport. Like, if you told them, like, hey, I wonder what the protocol with that would be. It'd be kind of interesting. Oh, wait, no, that bit has to go at the top. Okay. Wait, but that's sideways. There we go. Right? Yep. Okay. So, there's spring in there, which has to do with the... Okay, that has to do with the air restrictor. The mechanics of this is pretty easy. By the looks of it, at least. It's a lot less complicated than this. Like, it has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has basically 5 parts. That's it. It's quite... I mean, it is quite a simple blaster. But yeah, I'm really happy that I can make this vertical. That's pretty cool. I don't know if Nerf meant to do that or if it was a happy accident. This is going to be a bit tricky. Hey, that was a lot. Okay, guys, so we got that put back in right. We gotta put this back in. I believe that was on that little post. And that was in there like that. Okay, that seems right. And then we have this piece with the spring, which goes right in there. I'm quite pleased at how easy that was to put back together. Okay, guys, so that's put back together. Now, time for the whole how I think this blaster works. So, what I think happens is you pull this, which pulls the air plunger tube thingy back with it, which grabs on the spring. This piece right here grabs onto the spring. And this white bit up here rotates the cylinder somehow when you go to pull that. Anyways, so that rotates the cylinder. And then this, pulls back with that, pushes the spring up against that wall and that piece. The spring then gets hooked onto that. And then once you pull this trigger, the trigger goes into a little hole right there, which pulls that down, which releases the spring, which makes the plunger go forward and push the air out through that. So that's how the blaster works, I think. Now it's time to put the shell back on and see if we put it together right. Okay, I'm gonna put the screws back in. I will see you guys in a second. Also, quick thing I just now thought of that I thought I should probably mention to you guys is that all of these screws are the same length. So you don't have to worry about knowing which screw goes where, because they're all the same length. And they're quite long, which can make screwing and unscrewing them a bit tedious. But yeah, so I thought that was worth mentioning. That voice crack. But yeah, I thought that was worth mentioning. But yeah, I'll be right. Never mind. I will see you guys after I get these last 3 screws in, because you probably don't want to just watch me screwing in this, because that makes no sense. So I have all the screws back in, but I just realized I probably just messed up, because I put all the screws back in, and I still need to make sure it works. So fingers crossed it does work, and I don't have to unscrew all those screws again. So now that it's horizontal and not vertical, let's see if we can get it to prime. Dang it! Once again, if you guys watched my video on the breaking down the strong arm, I'm cocking it. And it's rotating the barrels, but it's not actually cocking the gun. Which is, I'm going to have to take all these screws out again. And yeah, so I'll see you guys when the screws are out. Okay guys, got it opened up again. And I forgot that I left some of the screws in the shell. Okay. What did we do wrong here? I'm willing to bet it's going to be another really stupid mistake like the one we made last video. Screw it. Take it all apart again. Why not? Okay, so I now know how this white piece rotates the barrel. There's these little grooves on the barrel that this little hook on the white piece like hooks into and moves it. So that's how that works. Okay. Now, what's wrong with you, plunger? Huh? You're not building up. That goes in there. And then we push that. Dang it. First of all, let's make this part vertical the way... Nah, we're going to keep it like this. And I meant horizontal, not vertical. No, I meant vertical. No, just ignore me. I thought that spring... Like I said in the last video, guys, if something's too good to be true, it's not true. Just like how I thought that I put it together way too easily this video. I did put it together way too easily. Quite frankly, I have no clue what I did wrong though. That spring's matched up, that's matched up. I want all that extra space in the handle. This blaster has a lot of unnecessary plastic on it. Crap. Almost. Oh, that piece wasn't even in there. Okay. Might be beneficial if I put this piece back in. And maybe we put this piece in wrong. Like, that could be a thing that happened. So we're going to go ahead and put that trigger back in. This trigger's a pain in the butt, too. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. Trigger's stupid. I want my old triggers back, Hasbro. There. Okay, well that would have worked if I would have been putting pressure on it. So yes, we fixed it. Good job, us. But now we have to take it all apart again. Because this one flipping screw decided to pop out. That's fixed. That's good. Yep, so all we did was we installed this wrong. We installed it backwards, which is not a big deal. Put that back. Yep. Make sure everything's working all right. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna put the screws back in, and we will go on to the firing part, just to make sure everything's firing well. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so we now have all the screws back in the gun. Cylinder's rotating, it's priming, it's shooting. I do believe we've done everything right. Now I'm going to go get some bullets in this gun, and we will do the firing bit. Okay, now for the firing bit of this, I will be using 4 fairly new AccuStrike darts. You know, those waffle head thingies. And I will be firing at that wall, which is not very far away. So yeah, it fires perfectly fine. And I was actually able to somewhat slightly modify this blaster. I wouldn't necessarily call it a modification, more of a slight adjustment. All I did was made it from being up and down to sideways. When it was up and down, it was kind of hard to get your fingers in to prime in the blaster. You had to like go like this, and you had to get your fingers in. And if you have like relatively thick fingers, it's kind of hard to get your fingers in there. So putting it sideways like this allows more of a gap to put your fingers through to prime the blaster. So I think I'm really happy that I was able to do this, because that was something I was complaining a lot about with this blaster, was how it was vertical and I wanted it horizontal. So I'm really glad I was able to fix that. And yeah, so pretty simple blaster. Really surprised at how many pieces it was in, like with the shell and everything. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button. If you want me to do more of these videos, hit the like button. If you guys have a suggestion as to what gun I should break down next, put it in the comment section below so I know. If you're new to the channel or have not subscribed yet, please do so. We do gaming, we do Nerf guns. I'm going paintballing soon, so there might be a video in that. So keep on the lookout. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, this is James, signing off.